Today, we're talking about thumb releases. Hey, what's up? It's Josh from the Dialed In Hunter. It's springtime, bear season, turkey season. Lots of people are out there shooting their bows at 3D shoots and everything, getting ready for the coming hunting seasons. It's an exciting time of year. So in light of that, I wanted to talk to y'all about something I've become pretty passionate about over the past few years, and that is thumb releases. I first started shooting a thumb release because I developed a pretty nasty habit of target panic with an index style release. In a nutshell, what was going on with that was I'd come to full draw, I'd press the trigger like everyone does, and I developed this really nasty anticipation for when the shot was going to go off. What would happen was there would just be this big flinch, okay, because I thought the shot was going to go off before it actually did, and it would actually cause me to completely miss targets, which kind of became kind of scary. So, because I shot like that for so long though with an index style release, the best way in my mind to stomp that into the dirt was to completely change the process, and that was going to a thumb release. So since I've done that, I've used one for the past few years with hunting, and I truly believe like the reason why it's worked out so well for me is because of how I was taught to shoot a thumb release. When we go out and we buy a bow, we first start archery and bow hunting and stuff like that. You go up and you grab one of those index style releases and you go home. You don't have anybody teach you how to use it, and it's much like a gun, right? You pull it back, just got a trigger, boom, and we're shooting arrows. So much of that, because I didn't learn how to properly use that, it just bit me in the butt, and I got target panic, and it happens to a lot of people. So when I bought my first thumb release, I was down at our local shop here, Ross Outdoors. Those dudes are super cool. They'll take the time to teach you how to do stuff properly. I was like, look, I want you to, from front to back, I want you to show me how to use this the right way, so I can try to not develop bad habits. And they taught me 2 ways of using the thumb release in order to get that surprise shot that y'all hear about, all right? And so I'm going to go through those, and I think they've really helped me out. My accuracy and consistency has been much better than it was with an index style release. So first things first, we got to talk about consistency in general. All right, like being consistent with a bow, like shooting is all about doing the same exact thing every single time. This is why we have things like anchor points. Okay, anchor points, like you come to full draw. For me, on a thumb button, I come back and I rest my jaw right here, my jawbone in between my first and second knuckle right here. Boom, that's my first anchor point. Second one is the string hits my nose. I put the string up against my nose, okay? These are there. We do these things in order to just increase repeatability, okay? That is how you get consistent. Consistency is about repeatability, all right? So one of the things with a thumb release, well, two things is it matters how you hold it. Okay, you need to hold it the same way every time. So for me, what I do is I rest it in between the first and second crease of my first 3 fingers. All right, so it sits like that. All right. Second is where you put this button. Okay, I don't care where you put the button. You can put it here, you can put it here. It doesn't matter. Okay. Whatever feels the best for you, the important part is you put it in the same spot every single time. So for me, the way that I do that is I like putting this button in between the crease of my thumb and the middle of my thumb. Okay, so right about in here. And the way that I do that is I'll come to full draw and I'll feel the button on the crease of my thumb, and then I just move it up a little bit. Now we're ready to rock. Okay, same spot. So now that that's out of the way, okay, you need to do that stuff the same way every time. Now that that stuff's out of the way, the first way that I learned how to shoot a thumb button is by relaxing. Okay, so this is what you do. I got a little shot trainer here I made out of paracord. So you're gonna come to full draw. All right, do your anchor points, okay, and put the button where it needs to be. All right, you're gonna just focus on the target, and you're gonna start pointing your pointer finger at the target, and then it's gonna go off. Okay, here's what's going on. You're at full draw, okay? Button is where it's supposed to be. And when you start pointing your pointer finger, what's going on, you're keeping these rigid and your thumb rigid, okay? What's going on is the release is slightly rotating. Goes off, all right? See, I don't know when it's gonna go off, all right? And that's the whole point. So that has worked out really well for me. I shot like that for quite a while. Just show you again. Relax, start pointing your pointer finger towards the target. Goes off. I shot like that for quite a while. I eventually started shooting using this other method I'm going to tell you, which that's just the most comfortable thing to me. This is really all about what works best for you. So keep that in mind, like as you're going through your archery journey, if you would, is like you need to do what works for you, okay, not necessarily what works for somebody else. If what works for somebody else works well for you, then great, okay? But if it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? You just need to keep searching for what does work for you. So the next way is by pulling, okay? So come to full draw, anchor in, put your thumb where it goes, put pressure on the thumb button. Don't press it super hard, okay? You just want to put some pressure on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to like focus on the target and then start pulling your elbow, your back elbow behind you. And it's going to go off, okay? So what's going on with that is it doesn't take a whole lot for both methods, okay? Just in general, like it doesn't take a whole lot for these triggers to go off. Not a lot of movement has to happen. So this is what's happening. When you're pulling, you're putting a little bit of resistance up against that button, and by you pulling, that engages the trigger, all right? So we're at full draw, button is where it's supposed to go. Keep the pressure on the button and just start pulling, and then it goes off, right? So that's another way to create that surprise shot. Now, an easy way to think about that, all right, to help you with the pulling thing, is I mentioned it on the first shot, but what you do is you want to come to full draw and just try to like bring your elbow right here back behind you, okay? Just try to do that. That's all you want to focus on. Just aim, anchor points, pressure on the thumb button, and just start bringing that elbow behind you, and then it'll go off. With both of these methods, the hardest thing for me to get over when I started this stuff out, whenever you start something out, there's always a period of having to adapt to that new thing, right? So one of the things that really got to me, it was all mental, was you just need to aim, and don't stop aiming, okay? And you need to trust that the release is gonna go off. I promise you the release is gonna go off, okay? Once you get over that, you're gonna start shooting a lot better, okay? Because you're gonna trust your shot process more. Until that happened, it was hard. It was hard for me to get over that stuff. You just need to know, though, all you gotta do, just don't stop aiming. Never stop aiming, okay? Just come to full draw, aim, burn a hole where you want to hit that arrow to hit, and it's going to go off. And you're going to shoot way more consistent. There's not going to be that anticipation that happens, and I truly feel like you're just setting yourself up for success more, okay? That's how I shoot a thumb release. I prefer one way over the other. That's not to say one way's better. It's just one way's better for me, okay? And that's what's important. Keep that in mind as you're going through all this. It's springtime. Good luck to everyone out there if you're going on bear hunts or turkey hunts. I'm stoked for you. I'm leaving on my first bear hunt in 2 days. I can't wait. And if anybody has any questions, please drop them down below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I am not a professional archer by any means. I have friends that are professional archers that bestow their information on me, so I just try to give that to you guys, let you know what works for me, and hopefully help you out, okay? If you like the channel, please hit subscribe. If you like the video, hit thumbs up. Again, good luck out there on your hunts, and until next time, stay safe out there.